Machiavelli Mills TV, man. So look, I was born in 1993. A lot of great shows started before I was born, or it started and ended before I was born, right? So they were being reran, during my childhood time. I did not appreciate a lot of these shows because I didn't understand what I was looking at. I saw what I saw, but I really didn't understand the magnitude of what I was watching because I was so small. So around the time I started to get older, about 10, 11, 12, around that age frame, I started to understand the TV shows that I was watching. One of those shows being The Cosby Show, another one being A Different World. So these are shows that, they were being reran and I was watching and I'm like, okay. I developed an affinity for the Cosby Show specifically when it was on Nick at Night. So they would show A Different World on TV as well. And after I went to a historically black college, Mississippi Valley State University, A Different World made perfect sense to me. Perfect sense, right? Now look, this show, for those who don't know, is a spinoff of The Cosby Show. The storyline was originally created it was to talk about or to show Denise Huxtable, played by Lisa Bonet, to display her transition from being a high school student to a college student at the historically black college, Hillman College, the fictional college that her father, Heathcliff Huxtable, and her mother, Claire Huxtable, went to, and also her grandparents, right? So Denise left the show, Lisa Bonet's character left the show in the first season. The second season brought in Debbie Allen as the producer, right? When Debbie Allen came in on the show took off. This show was monumental for so many reasons and so impactful on the black culture. For one, so many people credit this show for influencing them to go to an historically black college. Like they wanted to go to a HBCU after watching A Different World because it looked so dope. It looked so, the feel of the show, man. Like, honestly, Debbie Allen being a graduate of Howard University, she was able to draw from her own personal experiences at a black college and accurately portray the social life, the social climate, the political life on a black campus and put it on television. And that was something that was dope. People had never seen that before on a TV show displaying black Greek life on TV. That was dope. I could imagine during that time how monumental that was. A lot of black kids sitting at home around the TV, man, college look fun. I want to dress fly like Dwayne. I want to find a love life like Dwayne and Whitley. I want to evolve and grow as a person and be involved in Greek life and be involved in student government life. Like Whitley and Ron and Dwayne. I want to be involved with everything like that. So I can imagine this show. This show was crazy. Not crazy. It was damn good. Damn good. And Debbie Allen brought the flavor. From the late 80s and 90s aesthetic to the issues that were addressed, man. This is one of the first shows on an American network to display and address the AIDS and HIV epidemic on TV. That was big, man. This show was not afraid to tackle a lot of issues that The Cosby Show wouldn't attack. The Cosby Show was great because it depicted black people outside of being poverty-stricken, outside of being, uneducated and, shucking and jiving and stuff like that. It showed a black family that was of upper class, that were doctors, that were lawyers, that were, esteemed individuals who wanted better for their children and were raising their children in a great neighborhood and a two-parent household, which was a great image to show on television. But A Different World, man, to show how the black college life was and to see, to show all these real issues that go on the college campus for real. Even the love life between Dwayne and Whitley. I knew so many people in college that started off boyfriend and girlfriend from freshman year. They would be off and on. They would go through their ups and downs and ultimately ended up getting married. I saw that. I saw couples going through all type of problems but still being down for each other at the end of the day. I saw cool kids, fly kids, fly dress and chilling on the yard and in the student union, just vibing with each other and talking our language amongst each other, wearing our clothes and just, enjoying the company of your people. I saw that. Seriously, I saw that. And this show addressed serious, real issues. The issues of rape on a college campus, which is something that a lot of people was taboo to touch at that time. People didn't want to talk about it, but it was something that needed to be talked about. That episode with Taimak playing the dude Garth, and he was trying to rape Freddie. This is something that's real on college campuses. We've seen it come out. Not just at HBCUs. I'm not stereotyping my colleges, our colleges, but I'm saying they were attacking real issues, man. Guys forcing themselves on girls, the AIDS epidemic, and the practice of safe sex. You got sexual harassment being discussed in the show. You got domestic violence being discussed in the show, which is things that happen at school. You got racial tension, racism amongst the black student body and the white student body at other schools, and all of these issues that were talked about, man, it was something that needed to be addressed. You got the Mammy Dearest image of black people, of black women, and how it played a role in the image, or not the self image and the image consciousness of black women at that time. How it did something to their self esteem with that image, and sexist behavior from men. All of these different topics were talked about, and I think it was dope to see, man. It was absolutely dope to see. Again, man, Debbie Allen, man, she was phenomenal, man. Absolutely phenomenal, man. I mean, able to draw from all her experience at Howard and put it on TV. And I think for real, like I think people said that show, after that show, I think the HBCU attendance shot up after watching A Different World, man. Some people say it benefited because it was aired between The Cosby Show and Cheers, but nonetheless, man, I think the show was just a dynamic show that people just gravitated to for the friendship scene on the show, the real issues faced on the show, and just how cool the characters were, man. Dwayne Wade with the lens flipped up. I thought that was dope, man. I thought him and Willie's relationship was dope, and I thought it was realistic because, I mean, college couples went through ups and downs all the time. Broke up, dated other people, and tried to come back together, and saw that they were really the one for each other for real. And man, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at, because the show it did air from '87 to '93. It said Allen instituted a yearly spring trip to Atlanta, where series writers visited 3 of the nation's leading black colleges, Clark Atlanta, Morehouse, and Spelman. During these visits, ideas for several of the episodes emerged from meetings with students and faculty. So Debbie Allen not only drew from her own personal experiences, she did her due diligence and took the writers on the campus to talk to the student body to get a feel for the campus life and present it on television, man. That's absolutely dope, man. I wish they could make a reboot of the show, and I mean, not try to have the same characters or nothing like that, but like introduce a HBCU type show today. I think it would pop. And I'm not talking about a reality TV. I'm talking about like an actual, a sitcom with writers on the show, like to introduce. Like I really think the black flavor at college needs to be shown again. I credit Drumline and Stomp the Yard for me wanting to go to college and ultimately becoming a member of a fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. I credit those shows with me going to a HBCU and just getting excited for college in general, man. Yeah, man. All of these shows, man. Seriously, I mean, not all of these shows. This show in particular, man. All of these episodes all played a pivotal part in, I think, advancing black education, like advancing the idea of kids going to college and being successful. I mean, I believe the Cosby Show did that as well, but A Different World, like, man, it showed them, look, you can go to college, you can have fun, you can graduate, you can be successful, and you can go to a school that, with your people and enjoy it. And it was dope. It was dope, man. From all the characters on the show, man, Sinbad was on there. That was dope. That was cool, man. That show is absolutely cool. When it came on Netflix when I was in graduate school at Arkansas State University. So during that time, I really was like watching it a lot because Arkansas State is a PWI, predominantly white institution. Mississippi Valley is a HBCU. At that time, I was really going through I was our first grad school was tough in itself, and it was lonely work. So I was missing my friends at my HBCU and missing the campus life. So I would watch A Different World to kind of like, I guess, get that feel back, until homecoming, until that show helped hold me over until homecoming or until probate season. I would come back sometimes with my friends. I had two other friends that I would roll with to go back to travel back to school. I was 3 hours away from my alma mater, Mississippi Valley State University. I was 3 hours away from Valley when I was at grad school at Arkansas State. But yeah, man, this show was absolutely dope. Crazy thing about it was that this show, it started off supposedly surrounding. It was supposed to be, the original premise was supposed to be like on a white student at an HBCU, but then it flipped to being on a black student, showing black student life at a black college. Now, white students were there because that is an accurate depiction of HBCUs. There are HBCUs with white students there. Seriously, it was white students at my school. A lot of them played sports, but then there was other ones that just came on, not even just white students, international kids that was coming to our school to study because we had a great science program, a great computer science program, a great biology program. All these different great programs that our school had that people would come from far and wide to be a part of in order to be successful, after graduation. But anyway, man, A Different World, man, all the different issues that were talked about on this show, I think was important to be displayed on TV for people to understand the severity of these issues and how you can avoid them, why they are hazardous to yourself and our community, all this type of stuff, drug usage, all of those type of things, because those things and temptations are around in college, and they put these things in the show to avoid and warn young people of the pitfalls that a lot of people face in college, but also to let them know that they can do it. They can go to a black college, have fun, be successful, and enjoy the company of your people, man. I think that was an important message to see and to show. Shout out to A Different World. I really want them to do a reboot, man. For real. I would volunteer. I would go, not volunteer. I would audition for that. Just to be in it, man. I think, because that's why I liked College Hill, the show College Hill. But I would like a show that's written, like a written show about HBCU life, and it to be like accurate, man. Like showing the Greek shows, showing probate time, showing homecoming, tailgating, all of that type of stuff, man. That would be dope, man. And I think Debbie Allen is the mind to bring this back. So, shout out to A Different World, man. Machiavelli Mills TV. Peace.